Hi all, myself Professor Disha Shukla and I am conducting the subject wireless communication. My today's topic is outdoor propagation model. Now the radio communication over an irregular terrain, that is the radio communication that takes place over the irregular surface of the earth, is called the terrain or the outdoor propagation. The terrain profiles takes into account for predicting the path loss. It is useful in predicting the path loss. Its profile may vary from a simple curved earth profile to a highly mountainous profile, and it predicts the signal strength at a particular point from the receiver. So basically outdoor propagation models are the models that are used to predict or estimate the path loss on a terranean area. That is, a terrain profile of a particular area has to be taken into account for estimating the path loss. It can vary from a simple curved earth to a highly mountainous profile. Now the presence of the trees, buildings and other obstacles can also be taken into account. I mean, all of this, uh, the scattering or the diffraction that occurs because of the presence of trees, buildings and other obstacles is involved in calculating the path loss, and that is all included in the outdoor propagation model. Now outdoor propagation models are the models that are used for calculating or estimating the path loss because of the outdoor terrain profile, and the terrain includes the presence of trees, buildings and other obstacles. It can be the terrain can be considered from the surface of our earth to the mountainous regions. Now the number of propagation models are available to predict the path loss over the irregular terrain. Now methods that vary widely in this approach, they are complex and they are accurate. There are various types of methods that are available and they are complex and accurate. All these models aim to predict the signal strength in a specific local area. Now the first model that we have for our outdoor propagation is called the Longley-Rice model or the ITS, that is the irregular terrain model. Now it is applicable to the point-to-point communication system in the range of 40 MHz to 100 GHz. The median transmission loss is predicted using the path geometry of the terrain profile and the refractivity of the troposphere. This model is also available as a computer program and it operates in two different modes. That is, if terrain profile is available, then it operates in a point-to-point mode, and if the terrain profile is not available, then it operates in an area mode. One shortcoming of this model is that it does not provide a way of determining the correction due to the environmental factors in the immediate vicinity of the mobile receiver. Now the diffraction losses from the obstacle are predicted using the Fresnel-Kirchhoff and knife-edge model that we have seen. So this model is used for calculating or predicting the path geometry of the terrain, and it operates in two different modes. The program that we have for the Longley-Rice model, it also works on the specific parameter inputs. The inputs can be horizon distance of the antenna, that is the distance of the antenna from the horizon, horizon elevation angle, angular transmission horizon distance and the terrain irregularity. Now as I already said that it operates in two modes, that is point to point mode and the area mode. The point to point mode prediction involves when detailed terrain path profile is available and path specific parameters can be easily determined, whereas the area mode prediction can be applied when the terrain path profile is not available, and the Longley-Rice method provides the techniques to estimate the path with the specific parameters. It also has a factor called the urban factor. Now this factor deals with the radio propagation in the urban areas and it is relevant to the mobile radio. It is an excess term as an allowance for the additional attenuation due to the urban cluster near the receiving area. And besides that, the drawbacks, that is the shortcoming of the model as discussed, it is not provide it does not provide a way of determining the correction due to the environmental factors. It does not provide a way of determining the correction because of the environmental factors. It does not consider the correction factors due to the effect of the building and the foliage. And it multipath is also not considered in this particular program. So this is how the Longley Rice model or the ITS model, a type of an outdoor propagation model, is working. Our next model is Okumura model. Now it is one of the most widely used model for signal prediction in the urban areas. It is applicable for the frequencies in the range of 150 MHz to 1920 MHz and the distance up to 1 km to 100 km, and the base station antenna height should be from 30 meters to 1000 meters. The model can be expressed using this particular equation, wherein the L50, that is of decibels, is equal to LF plus AMU of, this is a function of FD minus gain at height TE, gain at height RE minus G of area. Now here L50 is the 50% value of the propagation path loss. So we are calculating the 50% of the that is the median value of the propagation path loss. LF is the free space path loss. AMU is the median attenuation relative to the free space, and it can be found from the graph that is generated for it. The GHE is the base station height gain factor. The GHRE is the mobile station antenna height gain factor, and the G area is the gain due to the type of the environment. Further, the Okumura model, it can be found from it that the GHTE varies at a rate of 20 decibels per decade and GHRE varies at a rate of 10 decibels per decade for a height less than 3 meters. So the set of curves, that is the median attenuation AFD, is relative to the free space over the smooth terrain. Now the curves developed with the omnidirectional antenna at both the base station and the mobile station are taken into the consideration. Now for calculating this is the equation that we are using for calculating the path loss. Important terrain related parameters are the terrain undulation height, the isolated ridge height, the average slope of the terrain, mixed land C parameter, and all these parameters are taken into consideration for the corrective measures. All those parameters are kept in mind while calculating the path loss for using the Okumura model. Now some of the advantages and the disadvantages of the Okumura model are: the Okumura model is wholly based on the measured data and it does not provide any analytical explanation. Therefore it provides a very accurate data because we don't consider any analytical explanation in this particular model. The model is simplest and it is best in terms of the accuracy in path loss prediction for mature cellular and land mobile radio system in the cluttered environment. And it is very practical and has become a standard for system planning in the modern land mobile radio system in Japan. That is, the model is simplest because in this we are using different parameters, or we are using the different functions and using an equation for calculating it. So it is simplest and it is best in terms of the accuracy in the path loss prediction for a mature cellular mobile. Again, this model is useful and it is practically implemented. This model is used practically to implement the mobile radio system in Japan. Now the disadvantage of this model is that the model is fairly good in urban and suburban areas, but it is not as good in the rural areas. So this is an disadvantage of the Okumura model. That is, you can use Okumura model for predicting the path loss in the urban and the suburban areas, but it is not giving an accurate results in a rural area. The third model is called the Hata model. Now, a Hata model is an empirical model that is based on the graphical data that is provided by the Okumura model, and it is valid from 150 megahertz to 1500 megahertz. Besides that, it presents the urban area propagation loss as a standard formula, and corrections are added for the other situations. The standard formula for the median path loss in an urban area is given using this particular equation, that is L50 at urban is equal to 69.55 plus 26.16 log of Fc, that is the frequency in megahertz from 150 to 1500 megahertz, minus 13.82 log of HTE, that is the effective transmitter antenna height in the meter, and it can be in the range of 30 meters to 200 meters, minus AHRE, that is, what is HRE? HRE is the effective receiver antenna height in meters, and again it is from 1 meter to 10 meters, and plus 44.9 minus 6.55 log HTE. HTE is again the effective transmitter antenna height into log D. D is the separation between the transmitter and the receiver, and generally it is calculated in kilometer, and the AHRE is the correction factor that we are talking about for effective mobile antenna height. So basically the Okumura model was not helpful in the rural areas, and it used only experimental values. It did not use the analytical values. So here, and this Hata model is something that uses an empirical model based on the graphical data that is provided by the Okumura model. That is, it will be using the output of the Okumura model, and it is only valid from 150 megahertz to 1500 megahertz. It presents the urban area propagation loss as a standard formula, and certain corrections are added for other situations. So here this AHRE is the correction that we are adding for calculating the path loss. AHRE is the correction factor for effective mobile antenna height. That is, if the mobile antenna height of a transmitter or a receiver is somewhat not matching, then we can use it for correcting the thing. So this is all about the outdoor propagation model. That is, we have seen three different models: Longley-Rice model or the ITR model. The another one was the Okumura model, and the third is the Hata model. So if you have any questions, you can ask me.